Yes, guys, breaking news. Samuel Ekpa has been arrested in Finland. The leader of the Biafran agitation in the eastern part of Nigeria, Samuel Ekpa, the self-acclaimed prime minister of the Biafran nation, has been arrested in Finland. Why was he arrested? Of course, obviously, because of the agitation. As a leader, he has been agitating for the cessation of the Biafran nation. He has been doing this for long since MNK Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been arrested. So he has even declared himself as the prime minister of Biafra. Why was he arrested this time? I'm thinking is because of the 2nd of December intention for him to declare Biafra as a nation in Finland. I think that was why he got arrested. Mind you, he has been arrested before. He's been arrested before, I think several times, but when they arrest him, they release him almost immediately. So I'm thinking this time around, this arrest may be a very serious one. Maybe it's very serious one because of the declaration, the proposed declaration of the Biafran nation on the 2nd of December 2024. Let's watch this clip and see what the news is saying.
Thanks for joining us on the news this hour. A district court in Finland has ordered the remand of Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa on suspicion of public incitement to commit a crime with terrorist intent. The court made the decision on Thursday after the Central Criminal Police arraigned him for his role in terror plaguing Nigeria's southeast region. Crime Commissioner and head of the investigation, Otto Heaton, said the police suspect that the man has promoted his efforts from Finland with means that have led to violence against civilians in the region of southeastern Nigeria. Mr. Heaton also told the court there were 4 other suspects in Finland the police believed were financing Mr. Ekpa's operations. The report describes Ekpa as a native of Lahti, a city in Finland with Nigerian roots. It's not the first time the police would be arresting Mr. Ekpa. In February 2023, they arrested him in a private apartment in Lahti, but released him on the same day. Meanwhile, Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa has expressed happiness with the arrest of Simon Ekpa in Finland. He hopes this will be a step towards his extradition to Nigeria so that he will face justice. The CDS has always called for the arrest of Simon Ekpa following his deep involvement in fueling terrorism in southeast Nigeria. He said he's glad that the international community is partnering with Nigeria in the fight against terrorism. Anti-terrorism specialist Dixon Osaje joins me on the news this hour. Mr. Osaje, thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. It's not the first time Mr. Ekpa will be arrested in Finland. Do you think that Finland is under any form of obligation to have him repatriated to Nigeria?
Thank you very much for having me. Yes, I think so, because I wonder why it takes Finland this long to get him arrested, because when you look at the multiple international anti-terrorism signatory, Finland is a signatory to the International Anti-Terrorism Act, orchestrated by the United Nations. And I'm so disappointed all this while he takes shelter or refuge from Finland and, instigating violence, criminal act, and an act of terrorism within the Nigerian confines. So for me, I think the Finland nation needs to repatriate him back to Nigeria to come and answer for his crime. His crime is not only against the Nigerian military, it's also against his own people. It's also against his own brothers and sisters, because what he is doing over there in Finland is taking a very beautiful shelter there and putting the lives of Nigerians at risk. For me, if Finland don't act swiftly on this, I think the Nigerian government should push in against Finland and let them know that they are aiding and abetting acts of terrorism, which is not a welcome idea in any given nation.
What do you consider the implication of this arrest on security situation in the southeast? This arrest is coming days before his intention to have a Biafra Convention declaration.
I think this was a fantastic news. Right now, I just got to know about this incident yesterday night because I've not been in the country. And I'm so proud about this. I'm so proud of this present administration, because it's so amazing. The past 3, 4, 5 years, these guys have been committing menace and nothing has been done. If you ask me what is the implication about his arrest, I tell you, he's one of the leaders that most of his people take orders from. And when it comes to counter-terrorism or anti-terrorism management, you need to go after the leaders, go after the sponsors. so that you'll be able to demobilize, and also de-resource. Because when it comes to terrorism management, there are three major factors we need to start looking at. We need to start looking at de-resourcing this criminal element. We need to start looking at delinking this criminal element and also de-resourcing. This guy, Mike Samuel Ekpa, has been funding most of these guys. I don't know where he gets his funds from, but he has been funding his people to carry out terrorist acts against the Nigerian people and the Nigerian states. So for me, it's a very good measure. As it is now, his arrest is going to mitigate and also demoralize some of his followers. I think so.
Quickly, how do you react to those who have said Nigeria should respond differently than it did 54 years ago to secessionist movement, that there are alternatives in dialogue, identifying the stakeholders and talking with them?
Fantastic question. Fantastic question. You see, for me, first of all, I think I will blame the Nigerian military about the emergence of Samuel Ekpa. That is why sometimes we need to be very careful in the activation or in the dispensation of use of force. Use of force must always be seen as the last resort. If you don't use it as a last resort, you're going to cause yourself more trouble. And that is why you see every 20th of October, a group of Nigerian police officers and men will be at the toll gate trying to ensure that no guys come there to come and carry out protests. This is a fallback of the negative effect of what our guys did. But for me, I would strongly advise that in future, we should start looking at discussion. We'll start looking at having a round table to talk about the issues and what the matter is. It's not all about projecting the military at any given instance for them to go and the military will just go there and destroy everything and cause more problem. So I strongly advise the Nigerian government to adopt tactical methodology in addressing unrest, tactical methodology in addressing peaceful protests, and tactical methodology in addressing any given situation that will put the Nigerian state in a state of unrest, so that you don't escalate what you are trying to prevent. If you have these tactical measures in place, looking at the use of force and making sure that the use of force is the last resort, I don't think we'll be here or having such kind of problem in nearest time.
Anti-terrorism specialist Dixon Osagie, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Yes, guys, so this is the latest news. Samuel Ekpa has been arrested. It's real, it's been confirmed. But the problem is, the question is, what will be the implication of this arrest? Will this arrest worsen everything in the eastern part of Nigeria? Or will it, calm everybody's nerves since they don't have their leader? Because the idea is, when you capture the head, you have captured the body. But in this case, this thing does not look like a leadership issue. It looks like something like it's like a hashtag, like a Black Lives Matter. They don't have a particular leader. If we take this leader out, another person will emerge, the way it's looking like. So I don't think this arrest will solve the Biafran problem in Nigeria. The best thing the government can do, my own suggestion, not anybody else, this is just me saying, the best thing is to call all these Biafran leaders and all the leaders in the East and have a roundtable discussion to look for a way forward. Personally, I don't believe in dividing Nigeria or breaking up Nigeria. I believe in one Nigeria. That's just me. I don't know about you. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So nobody should please come for me in the comment section. But I'm just saying. So that's the idea. They can call everybody, because if you look at it, the Igbos have truly been marginalized in this country. When you look at the history of Nigeria, that's why this agitation has been happening small for over 50 years now, more than 50, 60 years. So the Nigeria needs to sit down before this problem becomes a major problem, like the problem we have in the northern part with the Boko Haram. Boko Haram's issue, how it happened. The idea of the Boko Haram thing was because the northerners they're not educated, so they get easily influenced with their imams and all that kind of stuff. And before you have what you have there. So that's another topic for another day. I digress. But coming back to the Biafran issue, that's another problem right now in Nigeria, and leaders need to sit down on a round table and discuss this thing before this thing gets totally out of hand. That's just my own take on it. I don't know your own take. What do you think? Please drop your comments in the comment section, and please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do well to subscribe to the channel, because I will bring you hot, sweet news like this. And also, please like this video to help with the algorithm to push this video to more people so that they can also watch. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next update. Bye-bye.